Have you ever thought about burying old logs in your raised garden bed? It might sound like an unusual idea, but it's actually an age-old gardening technique that offers incredible benefits. Smart gardeners have been using buried wood to improve soil health, retain moisture, and supercharge plant growth for years. Whether you're dealing with dry, fast-draining soil, or want a way to reduce the need for fertilizers and watering, adding logs beneath your raised beds can be a game-changer. Let's dive into what really happens when you bury old logs, and why it might just be the best gardening hack you've never tried. The magic of buried logs. What's happening underground? When you place logs at the bottom of your raised garden bed, you're creating a natural, slow decomposing sponge that works wonders for your plants. Here's what happens. One of the biggest benefits of burying logs is their ability to soak up water and release it gradually over time. As the wood breaks down, it acts like a sponge, holding on to moisture and preventing your raised bed from drying out too quickly. This is especially useful in hot climates or during dry spells when consistent watering can be a challenge. Unlike fast decomposing organic matter like leaves or grass clippings, logs take years to break down. During this process, they slowly release valuable nutrients into the soil, feeding your plants over an extended period. This natural fertilization reduces the need for synthetic fertilizers and keeps your garden thriving. Improved soil aeration and drainage. As the logs decompose, they create small pockets of air in the soil, making it looser and better aerated. This helps roots penetrate deeper, improves oxygen flow, and encourages beneficial microbial activity. Additionally, logs help prevent waterlogging by promoting better drainage in compacted or clay-heavy soils. Boosting microbial and fungal life. Healthy soil isn't just about nutrients, it's also about the invisible ecosystem working beneath the surface. Decaying logs become a hub for beneficial fungi and microbes, which break down organic material and make nutrients more available to plants. Mycorrhizal fungi in particular form symbiotic relationships with plant roots, enhancing nutrient absorption. Choosing the right logs for your raised bed. Not all logs are created equal when it comes to burying them in your garden. Here's what to consider. Best types of wood to use. Hardwoods like oak, maple, and beech are slow to break down, providing nutrients for many years. Softwoods such as pine fir and spruce break down faster, but still offer moisture retention and aeration benefits. Rotten or partially decomposed logs are already in the process of breaking down, making them ideal for quicker soil enrichment. Woods to avoid. Treated wood contains chemicals that can leach into the soil and harm plants. Black walnut produces juglone, a toxin that inhibits plant growth. Cedar and redwood are naturally rot-resistant, meaning they won't break down effectively. Step-by-step guide. How to build a raised bed with buried logs. If you're ready to try this method, follow these steps to create a thriving, self-sustaining raised garden bed. Step 1. Gather your materials. You'll need logs, branches, and woody debris, compost or aged manure, topsoil and mulch, and finally a raised bed frame which can be made of wood, bricks, or stone. Step 2. Prepare the bed. Dig a trench about 8 to 12 inches deep at the base of your raised bed. Lay down the logs in a single layer, fitting them together as best as possible. Fill gaps with smaller branches, twigs, and wood chips to maximize coverage. Step 3. Add organic matter. Spread a generous layer of compost or aged manure over the logs. Water thoroughly to help settle the materials and start the decomposition process. Step 4. Add soil and mulch. Fill the rest of the raised bed with a mix of high-quality topsoil and compost. Top with a layer of mulch, straw, leaves, or wood chips to retain moisture and suppress weeds. Step 5. Plant and enjoy. Now that your bed is ready, plant as usual. Over time, the buried logs will break down, improving the soil structure and fertility year after year. Pros and cons of using logs in raised beds. While this technique has plenty of benefits, it's important to consider potential downsides. Pras retains moisture, reducing the need for frequent watering, improves soil fertility as logs decompose, enhances drainage and aeration, encourages beneficial microbes and fungi, uses natural free materials to build better soil. Cons: initial setup takes extra effort compared to standard raised beds. Logs take up space, slightly reducing planting depth in the first year. Some nitrogen depletion can occur in the early stages, but this can be mitigated by adding compost. Final thoughts: a raised bed that gets better over time. Burying old logs in your raised bed is one of the smartest, most sustainable ways to build rich, self-sufficient soil. It's a technique that not only recycles natural materials but also creates the perfect environment for long-term plant growth. If you're tired of constantly amending poor soil or struggling with water retention, give this method a try. Have you tried burying logs in your raised garden beds? Let me know your experience in the comments. And if you found this guide helpful, share it with fellow gardeners and subscribe to Botanical Bliss for more expert gardening tips.